Jodi Arias trial, lightning round of prosecution witnesses yesterday, including one of the victim's ex-girlfriends, and there was another burst of tears from Arias. We're going to talk to criminal defense attorney Mark Garagos in just a minute. First, here's ABC's Ryan Owens from the trial.
Tears on both sides of the courtroom as this grueling 4-month trial suddenly raced into overdrive. Tuesday, the prosecutor called 5 witnesses in a matter of hours.
Did you know an individual by the name of Travis Alexander?
Yes, I did.
Deanna Reid dated Alexander for years before he met Jodi Arias, the woman who would shoot and repeatedly stab him, and then years later claim it was self-defense.
At any point did he become physical, such as throwing you down, put his hands on you in any way, shape, or form?
Absolutely not.
Did he curse at you in any way?
No, he did not.
Alexander's siblings wept as the prosecutor worked to rehabilitate the reputation of their brother. Arias' attorney spent months trashing the Mormon businessman as a sexual deviant.
He was always a gentleman. He never pressured me.
The defense countered just because he treated one girlfriend well doesn't mean he didn't abuse Arias.
Nothing but the truth to help you, God?
The jury also heard from one of Alexander's close friends who shot this video of him with a group of co-workers the year before he was killed. He says that blonde head in his lap belongs to Jodi Arias. She cried as the jury watched the video and saw this picture of Alexander kissing her in public later that year.
How often would you see that they were affectionate during that?
Just about every time that they were together.
The defense has claimed Arias was his dirty little secret he would rarely acknowledge in public. Apparently nothing about Jodi Arias is secret anymore. Those seats behind her are filled up every day. People drive hundreds of miles just for a glimpse. Tuesday, one spectator who's here almost every day sold her seat to another woman for $200. For Good Morning America, Ryan Owens, ABC News, Phoenix.
And for more now, let's turn to famed criminal defense attorney Mark Garagos. Thanks for coming back, Mark. Selling a seat?
I've seen it happen before. I mean, people line up around the courthouse. It becomes quite a spectator sport.
Well, it's clear what's going on here on the prosecution side. Almost every witness trying to say simply that Jodi Arias is a liar.
Right, and they've established that. I mean, clearly, beyond any reasonable doubt, she is a liar. What the defense is trying to do, I think ultimately the goal is try and hang this case. I mean, they asked the judge for lesser offenses, which would have been manslaughter or things of that nature, based upon provocation. If they can get one juror who believes that this should be a lesser offense and hang that jury between first and something else, she's not going to get the death penalty.
And that's all it takes is one juror. But at this point, this trial has been going on for so long. Do you think most jurors still have an open mind? Is that possible?
Well, I don't know. No, I don't believe that for a second. Even though they're told, they're instructed, they're supposed to keep an open mind. A lot of these jurors will get back there into that jury deliberation room. First thing they'll do is say, let's just convict her. But there will probably be a couple who will want to hold out, who will want to discuss the evidence and go through it methodically. If you take a look at some of the questions they were asking, which is a good insight into the jury, in Arizona they let you do that. I think a lot of these people are very in tune with what's going on and fascinated by it.
You spent a lot of time in that courtroom, Elizabeth. These jurors are asking very tough questions.
They're asking tough questions and they're paying very close attention, more attentive than most juries I've seen ever in a
Right.
case.
Well, you were in there and you saw one of those jurors who was excused. I don't know how much you can read into that. I've been in cases like that where they excuse one juror. The juror still wants to hang around. They don't want to leave.
So does the defense at this point want to keep stringing this out as long as they possibly can?
I think ultimately it's a very unconventional strategy, but what the defense did with her by putting her on the stand for 17 or 18 days is almost unheard of. In 30 years of practice, I've never seen it. But there is something to that. It's tougher to just put somebody to death when you've gotten to know them. Even if you don't necessarily like them, it's still somebody you know, and it's a little tougher to do.
As you point out, just have to raise enough doubt in one juror's mind.
One juror's mind beyond a reasonable doubt, and then you've got something.
Mark Garagos, thanks very much.
Thank you.
Should know very soon. Thanks, Mark.